So what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good today. Just out here in the shop, and wanted to take a minute to talk to you guys, kind of let you know what's been going on in the past couple of weeks. Hadn't really put out a video since the quad takeover, and it's kind of what today's video is about, just kind of explaining why and what's been going on, and kind of tell you about what our plans are for the next weeks, months ahead. So let me kind of show you what we got going on right now. So when we got back from the quad takeover, I think it was the following weekend, we brought the four-wheelers out and crunk them up and had them warming up, and was fixing to go just ride, in our neighborhood around here, ride through the ditches and try to find some trails and things that we used to ride on and see what kind of shape they were in, and try to do a little video. And we had them pulled out front, in front of the shed, warming up, and Lanes was idling, running fine, didn't hear anything, didn't sound like there was any problems at all going on. And as it was warming up, I walked over and just kind of I burped the throttle one time like that, not even really hard, and she revved up fine, no problem. And right after that, I hit it again, just gonna rum. But the second time I done it, it basically just stopped. I thought that it had seized up or something broke. Didn't really know what was going on. When I tried to crank it back up, it was dragging like the battery was weak, and I knew that the battery was not weak because we had just took it off the charger like 5 minutes before that. So I knew something had to have went wrong in it, and we didn't try to force crank it or anything like that. Went ahead and pulled the engine out and pulled the top end off to try to find out where the problem went. And actually glad to see this top end still in decent shape. Anyway, I pulled the valve cover, the cams, the head off, and turned the motor. And I believe the problem that we have is probably a bearing on the crankshaft has went bad. One of the bearings where the crank goes through the case, I think one of those just went bad on us. It absolutely sucks because we just had rebuilt this thing in September, I believe it was. So what, 4.5 months ago, and really hadn't got to do a whole lot of riding because of the cold and the weather. But that's just part of it. It's been something all the time with this thing. I'm hoping that we're close to having it. Once we get the engine rebuilt again, I'm hoping that's going to be the last problem we have out of it for a little while. But it is what it is. That's just part of riding, kind of what you go through. Like I was just saying a second ago, we had just put this brand new CP top end on it, and it still looks really good. I'm not going to rotate the motor again right now because I've got all my rags and everything stuffed in it. But the cylinder has no blemishes, no scratches, no nothing. It looks good, which I'm glad to see. Kind of tells me that we broke it in properly. And we really took our time breaking it in whenever we got it back this time. We were hoping that it was going to last. But again, it is what it is. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys, we're fixing to, Lane's got the parts on the way. He ordered last night a new Wiseco bottom end rebuild kit. And like I said, we're going to try to reuse this top end because it has, I'd say less than 10 hours on it. And it has not hurt. So we're going to reuse this top end. If something goes wrong with the top end, I can change that myself. I redid the bottom end of the 400, and that was the first bottom end rebuild I had ever done. And I'll be honest, I didn't do as good a job as I would like to have done, just because I didn't know what I was doing at the time. And I don't want to risk that with the YFZ. They're even more complicated than the 400EXs from what I hear. So I'm just going to let somebody who's accustomed to working with the Yamaha do it. We're going to take it to our dealership. It's in Statesboro, and let those guys stick it back together. That way, you know, there's some backing behind the labor. You know, if something goes wrong or something like that, then we have them behind us on it. So that's kind of where we're at with that. Parts should be in, hopefully, week, 10 days. Yamaha says they can have it rebuilt within a week to 10 days. So it may be another month before we actually get this thing back together and ready to do another ride or something with. So that's where we're at on that. We're going to take this frame and clean everything up real good, and so whenever we do get the engine back, we can it'll look decent again. It's pretty dirty, but he also has some new JSR nets that should be in actually any day now, and got a little something special to show you guys whenever they come in and we go back with this. We go to putting everything back together. You'll see a couple of slight little changes we're going to make that I think is going to really help the four-wheeler to pop looks wise. But if his wife Z hadn't tore down, we would be probably working on this 400. It has sat here neglected. It runs. That's the sad thing about it. It needs a new battery, but that's the only thing preventing it from running. I say that's the only thing. Whenever we put Lane's wife Z back together, we took the tires off of it and put on the beadlock rims, so he'd have good tires on it, because, you know, this was just kind of a backup quad. At the time, that was our thoughts, but anyway, you know, it needs tires and a new battery, and it's really the only thing it needs. But what I'm probably going to do is just, our plans are, if you look at this front end, how janky that is. It's been that way since we got it. I don't know why they welded all this crap on down here to extend it out. A-arms are not that daggum expensive. But anyway, that's what we ended up with. But we did find this 400EX on Facebook Marketplace and picked it up really cheap. And the frame is the exact same year model, and it's in really, really good shape, despite the fact that it was just sitting outside. It's still in really good shape. So there's a ton of usable parts, hubs, brake calipers. It's already got extended lines on it. You know, I mean, it's even got the dust covers for the wheels. That's rare. There is a bottom end there that is probably not any good, other than the cases could be cleaned up. You can see the gas tanks right there. But anyway, the starter's there, and there are other parts, you know, besides the cases that could be used if we needed it, you know, transmission parts, etc. But what our plans are is to take that frame, disassemble it completely, sandblast it, and paint it back white like we did this frame, and do a much better job on the frame this time, more similar to what we did on the YFZ, because this paint job is actually holding up pretty doggone good despite it being paint. I learned a little trick about the clear coat on that, so considering it's holding up so well, I'm going to use that same application method whenever I do this one. But anyway, we're going to take these two 400s and make one really nice one, and it's probably going to be a flat track quad or either just like a trail quad. We're not going to really try to set it up for MX. You know, it'll just be something that you know, a backup four-wheel or something we can take out and ride every now and then. It's in too good a shape to not do something with. You know, we put too much time and effort into it to let it just sit there and not try to do something with it. So that's our plans with that. And also, let me spin the camera around. I just wanted to say that let me see my face. What we're planning on doing in the next couple of weeks. I don't know how many videos are going to be coming out between now and the time that Mill Creek MX happens. During that time, we'll probably be cleaning Lane's frame up and getting his motor sent to be fixed up. If there's any videos that come out, it's probably just going to be me riding around the neighborhood. I don't know if we're going to get to go somewhere. I do want to go back to Moto-VIP. and ride there. I wasn't feeling great on the day that we had the quad takeover, so I actually didn't even ride on the track that day. I rode around on the four-wheeler, just on the Raptor, just filming everybody else, but I actually didn't get on the track and ride, and I regret that. I wish I'd have felt up to it. But I do want to go back, so there's a chance that if the weather changes, that I'll go to Moto-VIP and get Lane to go with me and do a little riding there. He's actually gotten into flying the race quads, the sport quads, whatever you call them, the ones where everybody's flying around chasing the four-wheelers and side-by-sides and stuff like that, drones. Lane's he's actually got 2 of them, and he's got one that's really souped up that he's trying to get comfortable flying, and he's going to start practicing and try to get good at that, so in the future we can have some chase type drone footage to go in our videos. And like I was saying though, folks, the weather has pretty much sucked all year long. Let me spin the camera around and show you guys. It has rained, let me tell you. This is the first day where it's even been really decent enough to even get out the house in a couple of weeks. It's been horrible out here. It's slowed down us doing anything in the shop. It slowed down us doing anything riding wise. It's just been a muddy mess. And I mean, if you can see my yard, I live on a sand hill, folks. If we have puddles here, it has rained a lot, let me tell you. I mean, you know how sand is, the water just goes right through it. But the ground is so saturated just from having so much rain that we actually have standing water, and that's rare. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to take a second to tell you guys what's been going on and tell you what we got planned. You know, it's just life. You guys know how it is. You know, you make plans and you want to do this and you want to do that, but you know, life has a way of, you know, throwing a wrench in things and saying, nope, you're going to do it this way, this is what's going to happen, and all you can do is go with it. So that's what we're doing, folks. We're just going with the flow, doing what we can, and trying to document as much of it as possible so you guys know what we've been up to. We enjoy making videos. We enjoy riding. It's, you know, it's fun. You know, everybody that gets on YouTube, I think, doing this kind of stuff probably hopes at some point to be making money, and we're no different. We do at some point, and occasionally we're able to make a dollar here and there, but believe me, we spend way more than we make doing videos. So if we didn't love it, we wouldn't do it. But you know, I appreciate you guys watching our videos. You know, the subscriber rate's doing pretty good. You guys are starting to sub and spend a little more time watching our videos, and I'm extremely grateful for that. Thank you so much. And you know, for those of you who are watching who are not subscribers, we hope that you'll consider doing so. You know, we're just a couple of old poor southern boys doing what we do, and just showing you guys along the way. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.